Hello everyone, my name is Ayush and I'm a strategy backtest executive at Breakout Investing, and today I'm going to be showcasing one of our latest strategies, that is our breakout swing trading strategy. I'm going to show you how it works, I'm going to show you what it's about, and I'm also going to show you the results that you can achieve using this strategy or the profits. So let's just get straight into it and let me show you how it works. But since this is our breakout swing trading strategy, we must first understand the conditions that our strategy looks for a successful breakout. And those three conditions are that the close of the candle must be greater than the open, which means it must be a green candle. Secondly, we have that the close of the candle must be above the breakout indicator line. And lastly, we have that the close of the previous three candles must be below their respective breakout indicator line. So what does all of this mean? Let's just go and look at an example on this stock, which is Cummins India, and see how this works. Over here, you can see on the 14th of May, we have had a candle that's green and that's closed above the breakout indicator line, which is this yellow line, which is the breakout indicator by Couple Mittal, which you guys can also get in touch with us for in case you want to get invited. Anyways, and lastly, you can see we have also met the third condition, that is the previous three candles must close below their respective breakout levels. So once a breakout candle is identified, we don't actually go ahead and immediately take a trade. We wait for a certain price action to form, and before we do that, for that successful price action to form, our algo takes into account four levels, which is the high of the candle, the low of the candle, then we have the stop line here, which is the closing plus the length of the candle, and the bottom line here, which is the low minus the length of the candle. So once these four levels are identified, well, what exactly are these four levels? Well, we have the high level. Then the second one over here would be our target level. This over here would be our trigger level, and the last line over here would be the SL level. So what are these four levels and why are they needed? Okay, so once we identify a successful breakout, we wait for the price to first go and touch the high level and then come back down and touch the trigger level for us to actually be in a position and for us to actually take a trade, right? So over here, what you can see has happened is the very next day we have gone and touched the high level. After that, we have waited a bit and come almost perfectly within the range of our trigger level, in which case we have actually placed a trade and we are in a position. And once a trade is placed, we are aiming for a target at this target level, or we're going to book an SL in case we close below this SL level. Over here, what you can see has happened is we have managed to book a target in just one day in the very next candle. And this would be a profit of about 3.5%. But since we opened only way above the target level, in this case, we would have actually managed to book a 5.5% profit on the morning of 3rd June. In just one single day, the next day morning, we would have exited this trade with a 5.5% profit. So now that we've understood a little bit, at least, what a successful breakout candle looks like and what price action must form in order for us to actually take a trade, I want to go and show you a few more examples so that we can see whether this strategy works or not, whether it's able to book a profit, and whether or not the price action that it actually looks for is needed, and whether or not it makes our strategy successful and gives it the win rate that it has. So here you can see on the 3rd of May, I've actually gone and plotted the lines for this already, but on the 3rd of May, it looks like we have another successful breakout candle, and you can see it's like that because it's a green candle that's closed above the breakout indicator line, and the previous three candles over here have also closed below their respective breakout levels. But yeah, so once this breakout candle is identified successfully, we've again gone and first waited for us to touch the high level first, which we did in probably like 10 or so days, it looks like. And then we would again wait and wait for the price to come and touch this trigger level in order for us to be in a position and actually take a trade. So over here you can see that 2 days back on the 4th of June, which was the election market crash, we actually went and bought this stock and we took a trade, and we are aiming for a target again at this second line, or we're going to book an SL in case we close below this last line over here. What you can see has happened in this case is today in the live market we are seeing that we have actually crossed our target level, and we would have booked a profit on this trade today morning. We opened about an hour back, and almost within a few minutes of opening, it looks like we have actually touched the target on this trade. In which case we would have booked an approximately 8% profit on this trade within just 2 candles, within just 2 days. We have made 8+%, which is probably a kind of result that people would aim for over many months, but here we have managed to do that within just 2 days, right? So I want to go a bit more back and show you more such situations or more such breakout candles. It looks like over here on the 26th of March, we do have another such breakout candle, a successful breakout candle, because it's green. It's closed above the breakout indicator, and the previous 3 candles have closed below their respective breakout levels. So again, for this strategy, it will take into consideration the 4 important levels that we have backtested over, and we take into consideration these levels because they have been backtested over for hundreds of stocks and thousands of candles and over decades of data, and we have found that it works, and which is why we do take into consideration these levels. So here you can see again, we've broken out, we've gone and touched the high level, we've perfectly come within the range of our trigger level, in which case we have taken a trade. And you can see over here again, the very next day we have actually managed to book a profit of about 2.2% within again just 1 day, which is amazing. People would aim for that again in probably a month's time, and we are achieving that in a day's time. And it's all happening automatically because our algo is actually doing all of this for you, and you're just sitting back and relaxing and just watching it work, right? Let's just go a bit more back and see what's happening, see what kind of trades have formed. Over here, it looks like on the 22nd of Feb 2024, we have had a candle that's closed above the breakout line. It's a green candle, but over here you can see that this candle actually, we also need the third condition, which is that the close of the previous 3 candles must be below the respective breakout line. But over here you can see, if we go back 3 candles, 1, 2 and 3, this candle has actually closed above its breakout level, in which case this trade will not actually be considered by our algo, and we would not take a trade on this breakout. And it's fine even if the price, whatever happens to the price after this breakout, it wasn't a successful breakout. Price may go up, down or be sideways after this breakout, but we are not bothered by that because we know that our strategy that has been backtested for so long has got successful results, and we are going to stick by that in order to get the consistent successful results. But if we go a bit more back, it looks like here the same thing has happened on this candle for this breakout. If we just go a bit more back, over here you can see on the 1st of December, again we have what looks like a successful breakout, green candle, closed above the breakout indicator. Previous 3 candles have also closed below the respective breakout levels. So again, in this case, our algo would actually take into consideration the important levels that it has to: the high of the candle, the low of the candle, the closing plus the length, and the low minus the length, which would again be our high level, our target level, our trigger level, and our SL level. And over here what you can see has happened is that we've gone and touched our high level after this breakout, and we've come and touched our trigger level, but we also touched our SL level on the same day. But in this case, we would have actually not booked an SL on this trade because our strategy has been crafted in such a way that we actually wait for a candle close below the SL before we actually end up booking the loss, to avoid situations exactly like this, where there's a temporary dip in the same day which manages to recover in the same day. So in that case, we've crafted the strategy to actually wait for a closing below the SL level. And again, it's been back tested for so long, and we know that this is what works. And you can see that over here, because we have managed to take a trade over here. And again, the very next day, we have actually managed to open above our target. In this case, again, we were aiming for roughly a 1.6% target, but we ended up booking around 2.2%. Again, in just a single day, we took the trade on Tuesday, 12th of December, and 13th of December, Wednesday, we were out of it. So let's go a little more behind and see again one more situation where we would have a kind of successful breakout, and see how well the breakouts that we are identifying successfully have performed, right? It looks like we were below the breakout indicator for quite some time over here. Over here, what you can see has happened is on the 9th of March is that though this would have been counted as a successful breakout because it met all three of these conditions, it looks like we would have actually gone and touched the trigger level over here first, which is the low of the candle, or low of the breakout candle, instead of going and touching the high level and then the trigger level, which is why we would actually not take into account this breakout in our strategy, and a trade would not have been placed for this particular breakout, because it was not a successful breakout, or it was a successful breakout but the required price action didn't form. And as you can see, because the required price action didn't form, the stock actually ended up dipping after this breakout, right? So let's just go back and see if there's one more successful breakout. Over here, it looks like there has been a successful breakout on the 9th of Feb. Green candle closed above the breakout indicator, and the previous three candles have closed below their respective breakout levels. So again, for this successful breakout, we will take into consideration the four important levels, which I will plot right now: high and low of the candle, the closing plus the length, and the low minus the length. So here again, what you can see has happened is within a few candles, we've gone and touched the high level, and we are now waiting for us to touch the trigger level, which happens over here on the 13th of April 2023. So after we've touched this trigger level here on the 13th of April, we are aiming for a profit of this second line, or our target level, or we are going to book a loss in case it closes below this last line, which is our SL level. Over here, you can see, though we did dip for a little bit, our SL level has been well calculated that we did not actually end up booking this loss, and within a few candles, we did actually go and touch our target level here on the 3rd of May, and we actually ended up booking a profit on this particular trade for this particular breakout of about 5%. This time we managed to do it in how long? 13th of April to 3rd of May. So probably around 20 days, we managed to book a 5% profit, which is again a very good result. It's something that people would aim for in many weeks, but here again, we've done that in just 20 days, right? It would take people over a month to make this kind of return. So you can see that the price action it is required, and it does actually refine the strategy that we have crafted, and it is needed because we have avoided a lot of breakouts that wouldn't have actually worked. Here you can see that the price dipped for this particular breakout and we didn't take a trade, but for this breakout, when we did actually come and touch the trigger level, we did end up booking a profit over here. So yeah guys, I've explained to you how the strategy works. I've shown you how the successful breakouts are identified, and I've also showed you that how once we identify a successful breakout, we are most likely to book, we have over a 90% chance of actually booking a profit on that particular trade. And all of this is also happening for you. It's happening through our algo, and it's a well-crafted strategy that has been, again, back-tested for just so long, and we know it works. So if you would like to get in touch with us for this strategy, you can contact us on WhatsApp or Telegram, where one of our executives will speak to you, and you can learn more about how you can actually implement this algo into your account. Also, if you would just like to purchase the breakout indicator by Couple Mithil, you can also get in touch with us, and again, one of our executives will speak to you and let you know how you can get invited and have the breakout indicator on your account so that it can help assist you in your trades. But anyways, I've shown you how the strategy works, and you've seen it for yourself. And if you would like to buy it, or if you would like to get invited, get in touch with us, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.